Alrighty. Okay, so thanks guys for joining us and learning about our BOGOs that we have been receiving and learning about. Now, I'm gonna take some drinks of my LaCroix here because for some reason it wants to overflow. Anyways, yeah, so my idea for this is that we'll take the oils, we'll start at the beginning. That's been a suggestion to me. Start at the beginning and move forward. And what I would like to do is utilize the reference book that a lot of us use, because there's a lot of different reference books out there. It won't really matter which one necessarily that we're using. But looking at it and going, okay, this is good for this. Now, how exactly would I use it for that? All right. Would I use it aromatically? Would I use it topically? Would I use it internally? Okay. So depending on what benefit that you're wanting to do, then we'll be able to figure out how then we're going to use it. Okay. So also learning better how to use some of the resources that we have. Right? Okay, so goodness sakes, I'm gonna have to remember what everything was. Hold on. All right, so 10 points, whoever can say what the first BOGO was.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it was citronella and tea tree. Was that it?
Let me see.
I don't think that was the first one. No.
Linda has a good question. Where does she get that book, that hardback you have?
So turmeric and cheer was the first one, BT Dubs. So this one is from oillife.com, okay? And it's really quite beautiful. And so Linda, obviously you're connected to these wonderful ladies. Where are you in, like, on their little doTERRA family?
She's under me. I'm her guide.
Oh, cool.
I'm her guide.
So,
I'm her oil guide.
Yes, oil guide. Perfect. So I'm sure Lorelei will help you out, and the best way to get a hold of a resource book like this.
Yeah, I can send her, I'll text her the link.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so the first one we have is the turmeric and cheer. Okay, so looking at then turmeric in a reference book here, we can look it up. Kumquat lemon. It's just wonderfully in alphabetical order.
I have to give the disclaimer that I just put a drop of turmeric oil in my Indian chicken curry dish last night. So stay tuned. That will be coming on my Instagram feed. Just haven't got there yet.
So there's things in here on turmeric. All right. So it's got a bunch of wonderful ways to use it. The main constituent, so the main molecule in it is AR turmerone and a normal turmerone. All right. Top properties: anti-inflammatory, anti-carcinogenic, detoxifier, antibacterial, antioxidant, anti-mutagenic, anti-cancer, anti-tumoral, decongestant, antiviral. So those are some of the things that turmeric can help with. Okay, blends well with frankincense, sandalwood, spikenard, wild orange clove, lang lang, grapefruit, pink pepper, arbor vitae. All right. It does have some essential oils. It might have some skin staining or fabric staining properties to it, so be cautious of that. So yeah, okay, so when we're looking at that, the blends well with aspect is really nice. So if we're wanting to make a salve with it or doing something topically, those would be good ones to do. Or if we're looking at the emotional aspect of this oil, then we can look at the emotional aspect of these other oils as well to see what sort of emotional benefits we want to do. Okay, so looking at this and looking at all of these different things that they can help with, looking at proper cellular support, looking at helping with the immune system. When we think cellular support, when we think immune system, that's kind of whole body stuff, all right? So if we're looking at whole body things, then one of the best ways is to do that internally. So we want to think, okay, how can I take this internally, whether it is under the tongue, whether it's in a capsule, cooking with it. Nicolle, can you share with us, you said you used it some in your chicken, did you say? And then the milk, can you tell us about the
Yeah, I use turmeric probably the most in cooking and foods. So I was making an Indian curry dish last night, and I don't have any clue where my dried turmeric is right now. And then I was like, wait, I have turmeric oil. So I just replaced it with 2 drops of turmeric oil. And then I also like making turmeric coconut milk, like a golden milk is what it's called, drink with cinnamon and turmeric, and it's just really warming and yummy and anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, and I believe we have a post on that too in the VIP group about that turmeric milk.
Yeah, and I can send the recipe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So another thing that it talks about being good for respiratory issues as well. And then and so if we're looking at respiratory issues for things, or something that supports things in the respiratory system, then a lot of times then we're going to think, oh, okay, then that would be an aromatic aspect, right? So having it in like your tea, not only are we doing it internally, but it also has an aromatic aspect. So as you look at the benefits, it gives you clues of how you can use it. So if it's a whole body thing, internally is great, emotionally, respiratory, aromatically. And then if it's a topical issue, if it's a specific, like a concentrated issue to a specific area of the body, then topical could be the way to go. So for like oral health, for sore muscles that it talks about, and that you would want to do that topically, diluting with some different fractionated coconut oil or other things like that, making it into a salve.
Yeah, I was going to say, I really plan on putting this in my next like pain muscle rub that I make. And then I also saw an awesome recipe for a turmeric face mask.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, with yogurt and
I made one.
And I think
it's really good for acne, anti-inflammatory. I mixed
nice.
it with honey. I mixed it with local honey. And I just added a couple drops of yarrow palm and then a couple drops of turmeric. And it's just really nice and soothing and anti-inflammatory. And the honey is antibacterial as well.
Nice. I believe, which one? I just posted in our groups also a Melissa face mask. So adding the power of Melissa to that face mask would be really awesome too. That'd be another oil that we could consider adding, but I get ahead of myself. Okay, so is there any specific thing that we've talked about regarding turmeric that you would like a kind of a more specific protocol? Because we've got in this book for the different uses some very specific protocol. But in general, when you know, okay, when do I use it topically? When do I use it internally? When do I use it aromatically? The sky's the limit then. But are there any specific, hey, what about for this aspect of it? Want a specific protocol? Alrighty.
I think we hit the bulk of it.
Cool. Okay, so then that was paired with cheer. So then I'm gonna flip to cheer, and cheer is one of our wonderful emotion blends. And so it literally helps you to be cheerful. So the name is very helpful on all of that. So if you're having depressive thoughts, if you're feeling discouraged, if you're experiencing some anxious feelings, feeling disconnected, even like with PMS and things, so emotionally, we want to breathe them in, right? Or put them on pulse points where then you'd be smelling them and such. Topically, it can be very helpful for cellular health. So putting some of that on the bottoms of the feet would be really great for cellular health. Has some things in there to help with indigestion as well. And thinking about emotionally with anxious feelings, a lot of times we feel that in our gut, right? We're kind of feeling, you know, and so it makes sense that this oil can be helpful for different indigestion issues, and also blood sugar and cholesterol. And that makes sense because of the clove that's in there. So some of the clove and the nutmeg and cinnamon, those help support a healthy blood sugar. So just make sure that with this one, because it does have quite a few citruses in it, that we, when we're applying it topically, we don't want to go out into the sun, right? The only real citrus that is okay with going out into the sun would be the green mandarin. But yeah, so there's that. And then another great emotional resource is this Essential Emotions book. And this is also another one. I believe this one I found at Aroma Tools, but I think you can get it all over. But this one is really cool, especially in this edition, because it connects the physical and the emotional. You can look up the specific oil, of course, and look at its emotional properties to it. But then you can also look at an area of the body. So if you're feeling discomfort, if you're feeling funky in an area of the body, it can indicate some different emotional aspects. So if you're experiencing stiffness in the joints, that might be, you might be feeling also on top of that discouraged, helpless, maybe failing or rejection. And so you might be wanting to move forward or leave past insecurities behind, but you're having trouble doing that on an emotional level. And then you're experiencing that in a physical way. All right? Everything's connected. Everything's connected. So then that is a good clue to use some of these, like with being discouraged, that actually cheer is one that can help with that. So if you're experiencing tightness in your joints, stiffness in your joints, that might have an emotional root to it. So then applying these oils to some of those stiff areas might help with that. Isn't that crazy? So another little tip there. So that's the Essential Emotion. It's the 8th edition. Okay, so any questions with cheer so far? I want to smell it right now, to be honest with you.
I love cheer. It's my favorite one of the whole emotional aromatherapy kit.
Oh, fantastic.
I don't know, maybe I just need to be more cheerful all the time. It's like a citrus spicy smell to me.
Yeah,
And I love that smell.
absolutely.
Do they have these BOGOs every year, or I mean,
I think
because I didn't.
about, what, like 4 times a year?
At least 2, at most 4. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
I've seen 4.
Well,
I
we
know I've seen
definitely
3.
have, we had them in February. We definitely have 3. November.
Yeah. We've had 3 in the past year. This is our 3rd one in the past year.
But they're all different oils.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah, they're different ones. Sometimes
This
they
is-
overlap a little bit,
Yeah.
but
And this is the first time they spread it out in 2 weeks, Monday through Wednesday. It's usually Monday through Friday.
And this year they also did the BOGO box. In past years they haven't done the BOGO box where you could get it.
Yeah, they did that in the spring too.
Okay. All right, let's look at the second day where we had that tea tree and citronella. Okay, so right off the bat with tea tree and citronella, I think mainly topical purposes, like just in general, that's the main thing for me that comes to mind. Because of tea tree and its cleansing properties and its ability to just support the immune system and things. Let me find single oils. So you might also find it under Melaleuca, by the way. It's another name for it. It's a Melaleuca alternifolia is its technical name. So here we have Melaleuca, and it's fun to be able to see kind of what that plant looks like. I think it's pretty fun to see what it looks like. And so it's steam distilled. It gives the constituents when you're a science geek like me. It's super fun. So top properties: antiseptic, antibacterial, antifungal, antiparasmatic, antiviral, antigesic, and decongestant. So it's that some of the research behind this oil indicates that those are the type of things that it could help support. All right. So if I am looking, I mean, a lot of things related to the immune system. So I can see this and go, okay, this would be a really good one to help support my immune system when I feel like it's compromised. And so depending on that, I could see how to use it. Now, at all times, whether you're using it internally, topically, or aromatic, it's gonna get all over. So it's just a matter of how best to get it. So internally is, since they were looking at the immune system, then getting it systematically internally would be a good way to go. Yet, it doesn't taste very good. I'll just tell you that. It doesn't taste very good. So another way to do that then would be putting it topically along the spine or the bottoms of the feet, right? And if we're wanting to support our respiratory aspect of our immune system, then breathing it in, doing a diffuser blend with it is going to be fantastic. But you can absolutely take it internally. If, for instance, if you want it to help your throat out or something, you can gargle with it. You can take it in a capsule and then take it in water. Okay, so a lot of these are having to do with with the immune system. Okay. Also for topical, for different skin, like raised skin, itchy skin. When my son got mosquito bites, that was the one we really turned to, and it really helped him out because I didn't get the TerraShield on him quick enough, and he must have sugar blood or something because they just loved him. And so let's look really quick at the emotional aspect of this as well. So all right. So the negative emotions that this helps support are like a parasitic and codependent relationships. If you have poor boundaries, if you feel weak-willed, drained, emotionally toxic, or powerless, it helps to get you out of that, get you unstuck, right? So it helps, the positive aspects of it are energetic, healthy and respectful connections, feeling empowered, feeling resilient and safe. Okay, so if you're wanting those aspects, then you turn to tea tree. So not only respiratory wise are we supporting the health of our respiratory system, but we emotionally are feeling empowered and connected in a healthy way with using tea tree. All right, citronella. Let's look at that. Main way I like to use citronella is for bugs, to ward off bugs. So emotionally, the negative emotion that citronella helps you shift out of is feelings of irritation, judgment, feeling invaded, feeling overrun, and stagnant. So then positive aspects then are discerning, forgiving, releasing, and then repelling things that you do not want in your life. So repelling negativity and things. All right. So not only repelling bugs, but repelling negativity in regards to emotional things as well. Okay. That's one that I like to add to the TerraShield. I'll add some extra drops of that to the TerraShield. So when I'm going out in the wide world with all those buggies out there, it helps with all of that. And yeah, making a salve and whatnot. Any other questions with that one? Cool. And there's so much information out there. But just remembering in general, if it's an emotional aspect, aromatically. If it's a specific point of concern, topically. And if you're wanting a full systemic aspect all over the body, you want to go internally or on the spine and feet. All right? Okay, so let's move forward into the next one. We have the Island Mint and Purify. Okay, so Purify, it's very well named. It's good for purifying things, okay? So purifying the air, purifying surfaces. It's great to put in laundry and such. I do the On Guard laundry soap, but for a while there, for like a hot minute, I was out of it, and so I used like a unscented, no fillers, pretty natural laundry detergent, and then I added the Purify to it as well. And sometimes I will also add it in with into the dryer on like a wool ball or something like that to help with those aspects of it.
I'll use Purify in like I make these little baking soda like toilet balm cleaners,
Oh,
and Purify is a good one to put into those. And they're just I can't remember exactly what I add. It's baking soda, vinegar, and then they dry and harden, and then you just drop them in the toilet and they kind of fizz to help kickstart that cleaning.
that's cool. So with the Purify, let's look at some of the, I think we touched on the cleansing aspects of it. And it is one, and so let's look at the emotional aspects of it. Okay, so it has in it, just so you know, the oils that are in this blend are lemon, Siberian fir, citronella, lime, melaleuca, and cilantro. All right, so we already know some of the different aspects of an emotional stuff behind some of these oils in here already. So I think we could kind of guess a little bit about emotionally what this oil is for. So it helps with feelings of feeling trapped, negative, toxic, hate, rage, controlling, and helps you shift into being unencumbered, feeling pure, releasing things, cleansing things from your life. All right, so they work hand in hand. They have a lot of similarities. As you start to study these things, I feel like the physical aspect, and then when I read the emotional, I'm like, oh my gosh, that totally makes sense. So then connecting that then to the physical body might be an indicator of an emotional trouble. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. All right. Let's look at Island Mint, shall we? So Island Mint is not a normal, it's not an everyday oil for doTERRA. It's not one that they sell all the time. It was kind of a one-time thing for this BOGO. And it's really a treat. I actually haven't smelled it yet, but I hear it is a fantastic citrusy, minty, I think there's a little bit of Siberian fir in there too. And so it's just a wonderful, wonderful blend. And you see some of the ideas on here. So we've posted some different, when you're thinking mint, that is going to be very, very energizing. If you're thinking citruses, that is also going to be mood uplifting. So this is a party oil. This is a wonderful one for the summertime, and having that energetic atmosphere and promoting that. And then as it gets a little colder out and we're indoors more and things, and bringing that joy back and that energy back, this is going to be a great oil for that. All right, so mainly looking at that from an aromatic aspect. And so citruses and mints and firs, applying that topically then would, the mint aspect, that's going to be helpful for digestive issues as well as cleansing with the citruses, and detoxifying. And then the tree elements in there are going to be good for grounding as well. So applying that to the feet. Does anybody, let's see, Jamie, you have Island Mint. You've got it in the past, correct? Putting Jamie on the spot. Jamie. Jamie must not hear us yet. I want her take on it. Or she's been posting a little bit in the group and everything on how wonderful it is, and so I was hoping that she could hop on and share a little bit more with how she has used this oil. But yeah. Oh, Linda, are you trying to talk? I think you're.
Yeah, my button keeps going on and on.
Okay.
Thanks. I was wondering if you knew why they don't offer it all the time, or if it's going to be available. I've never smelled it either, but it sounds wonderful. And I ordered 2, so.
Oh, yay. You're so lucky. Sometimes, like an oil in a blend, they might not have a sustainable way of sourcing it quite yet at the extent that doTERRA would need it to offer it as a full-time product. Okay? And I'm not sure with that one which oil it would be in there, but if that would be the reason. But yeah, because they're so very concerned with the sustainability aspect that if they are not certain that they can do it in a sustainable way, then at whatever extent they can do it, they'll try to get it to us in a form like this through special offers and things like that. And then it might also be, I mean, the sky is the limit regarding these different blends. So when doTERRA releases a new blend, there's a lot of purpose behind it. When they released Adaptive, there was a specific need that they were addressing and then brought it to everybody. So, so they're very mindful regarding that. And so maybe they don't see quite that space where Island Mint is meeting a need on a regular basis. And so perhaps that's why they don't have it as a regular item. That's just my thoughts. I've been with doTERRA for about 9 years now.
Oh.
So just kind of watching how purposeful they are with things.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Thank you. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay. So any other questions on Island Mint and Purify? All right, let's move on to the next one. So that would be yesterday's. That would be the Deep Blue, right? Did I skip one? Deep Blue in past tense. Should be right.
Still
Yeah.
order the one from today.
What's that?
We can still order the one from today.
Yeah, absolutely. So yesterday's was the Deep Blue and the past tense. Now I have a really great story to share with these ones, specifically the past tense recently. If you read my post, then it says total spoiler, and I apologize for the repetition. But so when they were coming out with past tense and Deep Blue, Dr. Hill, one of the main people from doTERRA, one of the founders, he's part of the executive team and one of the founders of doTERRA. He did a training on it, talking about the difference between Deep Blue and past tense. All right, and he explained that there's 2 different pain pathways in the body, and Deep Blue works with one of those pain pathways, and past tense works with the other. So when I think soft tissue aspect, like soft tissue pain and things, I think Deep Blue more. And if I think kind of nerve and tension type of things, then I think past tense. Okay. So when I was at my family's, my fiance's family this last weekend, up with them, and his uncle is like, he just turned 81. We celebrated his birthday, and him and his wife both have some back issues. And last year when I was there, I they kind of hesitantly tried some Deep Blue, and they're like, oh, don't really feel a difference and things. And they're both retired nurses, by the way. And so, yeah, and then this time, Monday night, I was hearing them talk about their back hurting and things. And finally I was like, can we try this? If the, Deep Blue didn't help, this is a different pain pathway with this past tense. I've got it right here. I'll just roll it on, give it a shot. She's like, well, okay, and stuff. And so I just roll it on. She's like, oh, that's it? I'm like, yeah, that's it. And she's like, well, let's give it a shot. And we sit down, we start playing Yahtzee. Wow. You know what? I think this stuff is working, she says. Just complete disbelief on her face. And she said, well, let me walk around a little bit to really test this out. So she's walking all over the backyard and everything, and she comes back and she says, the past 4 years, I've really, I haven't been so sure about this essential oil thing that you do. But I got to tell you, it works. It absolutely works. I'm like, I know, isn't it great? And so, Ed, come over here. So she got her husband over here, and we got some on his back, and he's like, well, just a couple minutes later, I see him, and he's like, well, I'm not sure if it's supposed to work this fast, but it seems to be working. It was so cute. And it felt so good to be able to help them. And they were kind of at their wits' end, willing to try. They call lovingly, my family was calling me the witch doctor with my voodoo medicine, and it was so cool to be able to help them out. They were willing to try anything at this point because a lot of stuff had not helped, or they weren't able to do some other means because of some other health issues, and this worked for them. So that was really special for me. And I've got a bunch of other stories with Deep Blue for myself, and so it was neat to have that experience with them. Anybody else with a Deep Blue or past tense?
I always recommend it for those who have really bad head tension. I have a friend that gets really bad migraines, and that's in her protocol. She says she loves it. It's definitely really strong. I know it's one of the roller balls that's not diluted. So it's definitely strong. And for me, it has that cilantro smell in it. So I tend to stray from it a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
So, but I know it works wonders for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and looking at the emotional aspect for past tense, if the negative emotions of feeling stressed, overworked, nervous, burned out, overwhelmed, fatigued, imbalanced, and tense, and it helps to bring equilibrium, calm, relaxed, relieved, and grateful. All right, and I know some people who had trouble with sleep. Lavender didn't work, Serenity didn't work. Those common ones that we would think didn't work for them, but past tense actually finally got them to sleep.
I just wanted to comment, I was so against past tense because it has a strong smell. But then last November when we were doing that bazaar, I think you or Kim had some there, and my neck was like killing me, my upper shoulders and neck. And so I was like, oh, fine, I'll put it on. It was such a different relief than like Aroma Touch and Deep Blue. So now it's one of the ones that's in my 8 roller bottle case that I take everywhere with me, because yeah, it's really good for more muscle tension than pain. And I just can deal with the smell because I know that it's going to give me relief.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I remember one of my first conventions. I don't typically get headaches, and I'm not sure why I had a headache at the time. And so somebody passed it back, and I'd been using essential oils for months at that point. And I put that little bit on there, and I was like, it's like I'd never tried oils before. I was like, wow, that worked so fast. It was amazing. Yeah. So, okay, so just real quick, deep blue, emotionally, even though a lot of times we are applying this topically for pain and things like that, still we're usually smelling it. So it can promote feeling strengthened, accepted, soothing your emotions, feeling serene and healed. Okay. So great thing to have. Okay, so let's talk today's Melissa, Roman chamomile, and yellow mandarin. Okay, so here's Melissa. That's the plant, if you can see that very well. And this is a powerhouse for the immune system, for your mood as well, and also for like seasonal threats and things, okay? So some of the indicators that we look at and the different properties of that, some research has indicated it has a possibility of being antioxidant, antibacterial, antidepressant, antispasmodic, antihistamine, antiviral, hyposensitive, a sedative, nervine, okay, having to do with nerves. So some of those different things, all right, looks to me that Melissa can be very helpful in supporting the immune system then, okay? So when I'm looking at that, then I'm thinking internally. I'm thinking topically on the spine or on the feet, right? Drop under the tongue. And I've heard some really incredible stories. Some of the uses here, it talks about infertility, emotional imbalance, vertigo, hypertension, just some different, so helping support the circulatory system and things like that. And I've heard just some really cool stories of people that had just done, they went 21 days doing 1 drop of Melissa under their tongue. And they kind of did it as a group. And the changes that happened in people were phenomenal for their health, for their like physical health, emotional health, things like that. And so I've decided to actually take that challenge. I'm going to do one of those challenges. So I have a group started already. I've invited a couple of people to it already, but I want to officially invite all of you to be a part of this 21-day challenge. So I want to start it on August 10th so that everybody has time to get their Melissa in, all right? Because this little powerhouse is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And I remember the first time I took it and it blew me away. But so it's just going to be simply taking 1 drop of Melissa under your tongue every day, reporting into our support group here, our little challenge group here, done, and any effects that you might feel. And we can just send out encouragement and positivity to each other. And it'll be a private group. And if we want to share kind of some things that we're wanting to help shift with our body, then we absolutely can share and cheer each other on. And I just really want to help it be a real positive experience and see what change can happen in just 21 days with just 1 drop. All right. So yeah, if you want to be a part of that, definitely let us know and we'll get you connected into that. Because it's a powerhouse. It really is. It's not really tasty, I'll say. I've tried it under my tongue. It's not tasty, but I was going into a meeting and I really was not feeling well. And like my glands and my chest and such just were not feeling well. And I took this drop of Melissa because I'd heard about this and I'm like, oh, what the heck? And take it. Literally seconds later, I felt a shift in my body. like my glands were feeling better. I felt my lungs kind of opening up, and I'm like, holy cow, this stuff is crazy. And I'd taken On Guard already and things like that. And so it was a completely different feeling. So if you haven't ordered your Melissa, this would be an awesome time to do that. So then you can get your Roman chamomile and your yellow mandarin. And yellow mandarin is another one that they don't offer on a regular basis. It's a specialty one that they offer every once in a while. So any questions on the Melissa so far? All right, let's shift to the Roman chamomile. And some people get concerned, oh man, Roman chamomile, there's a different type of chamomile that is, that can be toxic. This is not that chamomile, okay? So don't worry if you ever hear somebody say that, that, oh, Roman chamomile is toxic. Not this one. It's completely different, and it is fabulous for you. So here's a little flower, picture of the flower in the book. And this is really great to help support for like seasonal threats and things. You get itchy ears, itchy eyes, itchy throat, sneezing a lot this time of year. Also great for the immune system and things like that, okay? So helping support like a healthy blood pressure, applying that over the heart, back of neck, taking in a capsule. And if you have back pain, then you can apply that to the lower back area. So really great thing, it combines well with copaiba and lavender. And one of the suggested substitutes is bergamot or clary sage. So this is a great one to help with sleep as well, okay? So it's in the Serenity blend. It's found in Intune, past tense, Serenity, Clary Calm, and then the Children's Calmer also has it in there. So it's a lot of calming aspects to it. So applying it topically can help with the supporting the immune aspect of it and with like seasonal threats and things like that. So then, and with the emotional aspects of it, if you're feeling purposeless, discouraged, frustrated, or unsettled, then you can use Roman chamomile, breathing it in, right, into the olfactory sensors, getting stimulating that part of the brain, all right, that limbic brain, feeling purposeful, guided, peaceful, fulfilled, relaxed, and spiritually connected as well. And for the emotional aspects of that, good oils to combine is blue tansy, frankincense, and then the immortelle blend as well. Okay.
I've even added 1 drop of Roman chamomile to hot water and taken it internally at night, kind of like my own tea.
Yeah. Tea.
It's really good. I didn't know what to expect, but just one drop, even maybe less than 1 drop.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
Right.
Yeah, definitely when cooking with these, a little goes a long way. And even that 1 drop, remember, has like 43 billion molecules in it. Okay, so there's plenty of molecules to support every single cell in your body. Let's just look at, I posted today with yellow mandarin a yummy coconut yogurt one with the yellow mandarin. And so I'll just look on here really quick. Some of the different properties with that. It's not a normal, like, everyday oil. Okay. So this one of the top things on here is for also digestive support as well. Take 1 to 2 drops internally after a particularly large meal for digestive support. Add a drop to your water or smoothies. Place a few drops at the bottom of your shower in the morning for a light, uplifting scent and natural steam facial. Okay? So then you're getting it on topically, so just be cautious with that you're not then going out into the sun, since then it would be topically onto the skin, and it's one of those wonderful citruses. Okay, so yeah, I wonder, it's been in a couple of different kits, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was in that summer like kit that had like the yellow mandarin, red mandarin, and something else.
Maybe it's the first
A while back.
So you usually have oils stashed everywhere.
Jamie, can you speak to the Island Mint? How is it?
I love it. I was actually just the other day starting to I had come across it. It's one that I keep in the back of my box, and I tell my boys and people, don't touch this one unless you ask mommy, because it's my special ones, like those that, you know, that are limited editions and stuff, just not ones to, you know, use all the time. And so I was like, I should bring this one out for summer. You know, it's like such a like fresh, and just it's so bright and like summery. It's got the mint, but then it also has a little hint of, it's got spruce oil, so it's kind of got a little sweetness, like, you know, that just mellows it out. And so and I'm not a mint person, guys. I really don't prefer mint toothpaste. I don't like all that mint stuff. Is just, I'll have it now and then for like breath mints and stuff, but I really am not like a mint ice cream fan and all that stuff. So, but I love, I like it. It's just got just enough mint that's uplifting, and it's really bright, but it's kind of got that sweetness and then that sweet little tone of birch in there, or not birch, spruce. Sorry, it says, yeah, spruce branch leaf oil. Okay, yeah. And then,
Can you list out the oils on it?
yeah, it's got lime oil, lemon, distilled lemon, peppermint, and spruce.
Cool.
So that one's really cool. And then I found my yellow mandarin too.
Yay.
So I do have one of those from a kit previously. So
Nice.
yeah.
What was the last oil you mentioned? Lime, peppermint, and
Spruce.
spruce. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Picea mariana, Picea mariana is the species. So yeah, there's the,
Oh,
how's
the
that? I'll try to turn so I
Windows.
can,
There we go.
there we go. There's the island mint,
Yay.
and
Nice.
I guess you couldn't read the ingredients. And then I do have the yellow mandarin.
Nice.
So, and that one.
I found my red mandarin and I found my kumquat, but I can't find that one.
Oh, that was the one that was in a kit with it, huh?
I think so.
It's really sweet.
Mm.
I like it. That
Can't
would be
wait.
really good in like, I could see it like in a fruit dip or something.
Yeah. The recipe I shared on there is with a like a yogurt, making a coconut yogurt with it.
Ooh, that'd be so yummy.
So
That'd be so
yeah.
yummy. I know this one's.
Okay.
Only got
So
mixed up, so.
any questions, you guys, about these BOGOs? Other ideas that we want to share? So just to wrap up, I hope this was helpful in looking at the book, and when you're looking at those different oils and you're wanting to learn how to use it, look at its purposes, some of its known purposes, and going, okay, if it's an emotional aspect, I want to be diffusing it. I want to use it aromatically, right? And also for respiratory. If it's a specific area of concern, typically that's going to be topically, right? And then if you want a full systemic effect, then for whole systems of the body, typically that's going to be internally. And again, a little is going to go a long way. And topically, it's going to be, it's a good idea to have with a carrier oil so that you can kind of hold it. It acts sort of like a time release to that area, okay? And then if you can't
Do you
take it,
find anything serious?
sorry? And then if you can't take it internally but still want a more systemic effect, applying it to the spine or to the feet, okay? So have fun using your different resources to play around with these oils. And I believe that doTERRA has made kind of a little BOGO book, to like an ebook, to help us use our essential oils. They had talked about that. And so as soon as I get the details on that and find that, I will make that available to y'all. And yeah, all right.
Thanks, Lisa. Sorry, that was me that chimed in on accident.
Oh, no worries.
Yay. Thank you. That was great.
You're welcome. Thanks all for
And yes.
joining. I will stop the recording, maybe.
Make sure you all go, yeah, diffuse your island mint when you get it. And
Yeah.
it's just very fresh. It's just, yes.
And then where do we get your recording to pass on?
Well, I did it on my phone this time, so
Okay.
I think it's going to record to my Zoom account, which then I can go to, I'll upload it to YouTube. But yeah, anyways.
Howard's Wellness.
Yeah, I'll get it posted in there. I'll post it in the VIP group. I'll post it in the BOGO group. I'll just post it all over the place. And don't forget to make sure you have your Melissa and get into the 21-day challenge. I'm really excited to do this with you guys. Let's get some more people involved. It's such a great opportunity right now with the special that's going on. We've got that. If you get your new person and get your membership with this Melissa, it's actually cheaper than the retail. It's $4 cheaper if you add the membership, okay? And you get $80 retail worth of oils on top of that, and you get $50 in free doTERRA dollars. So if you have any friends that are interested in essential oils, have shown any interest, send them our way. Get them in contact with your wellness advocate, because this is an incredible opportunity. There's going to be huge shifts that happen in this group. Huge shifts.
Cool.
I just know it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Any
Awesome.
other questions?
Well, and
Thank
remember,
you.
Melissa is the one oil that I have a friend that tried to get pregnant for years, adopted 3 kids, and had 3 kids, and put 1 drop of Melissa on the roof of her mouth and got pregnant. So
I'm saying big shifts.
yeah.
That's pretty steep.
Big shifts.
Yeah.
So, and that's not the first person I've heard that from. So, anyways. Alrighty. You guys take care. And I'm going to get this recording out to you ASAP.
All right. Have a good
See you
one.
later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Tell her you'll be over in a minute. Because you need to gather